It's like coming home to a warm summer pie before the world tries to kick you in the balls again. Hey all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to Control. That's right, we're back in the oldest house once again. And why, you might ask? Well, because it's finally time to tackle the second expansion. And Remedy, you sneaky bastards, you pulled the wool over our eyes on this one. See, we knew what the expansion was called. It was called Control AWE. And everybody thought it stood for Altered World Events, which, you know, is kind of a big deal in the story of Control altogether. But then they go and drop a trailer on us, and it's like, hey, you know what? You know what AWE could also stand for? How about the Alan Wake expansion? Yeah! They are explicitly tying Control and Alan Wake together. I mean, there were some little subtle nods here and there in the main game, but this is about to get a lot more interesting. Now, before I head back up to the executive area and start this section, which I'm betting that's where the start is, I did notice one collectible in my hotline that I completely missed. And I do apologize for not playing this at the last time. So let's see it now. Departure. Another crisis, workday resolved. But scrutiny is not permitted, enjoyed. Tell the sidekick, Pope, Snoop to leave. Please, immediately. Before it is time to become the next task, chapter, stage. We will be with you soon, Jesse / Faden. Dylan? The hell are you talking to Dylan for? As far as I know, he still hissed up the yin yang here. Anyway, I think we can finally head back to the executive area. And why has this got a red mark on it? Oh, that's where I am, I think. I see the loading is much improved over the earlier times. Hello.
Yeah, I found a file on the old director, Northmore. Didn't list any date of death. You know anything about that?
I don't actually.
The record staff process a lot of data. Maybe it just slipped through.
I mean, we know Northmore's running the reactor now. Dude, you have something new to say?
Man, I never thought I'd be working in the executive sector. Look at me now, Ma.
Jeez. Arish's future looks like kind of seeing all these.
I'll see you later.
You know,
So I don't know why he's got a marker over his head.
Ever finding the armory?
None. Looks like it got shifted.
All right.
Rangers checking your stuff.
Oh, Emily, please tell me you have my new DLC. Come on.
I've looked through the docs we found in Dimensional Research. That slide projector is extremely powerful.
Yeah, I know it is.
You were right to shut it down.
No shit. Okay.
Well, I've got a bureau to run. See you soon.
Yes, ma'am, Director Faden.
Okay.
Please, Emily. Not even as a joke.
Huh. If not here, then where? Excuse me just a moment. Okay, we're back. Kind of a goof on my part. I didn't confirm the download for AWE. I really should do that, but it seems to have paid off. My mission marker now has something new. A dark place. Investigate the sector elevator. Huh. All right, well, first off, does Miss Emily have something new to say now? Come on, girl, you gotta have something new to say. We have DLC now.
Hi, Jesse.
Yes? Really? Nothing?
Well, I've got a bureau to run.
Again?
See you soon.
Yes, ma'am, Director Faden.
Please, Emily. Not even as a joke.
Huh. That's really weird. You know, I thought for sure it would actually have us talk to Emily, but no.
Darkness engulfed the elevator.
What the?
There was something there, reaching for her, trying
The
to
fuck?
make her act. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man.
Wow, just going right into Alan, huh?
Investigation sector.
Investigation sector, hey?
Investigation sector, huh?
Take the sector elevator to the investigation sector. Well, first I want to hear the whole thing. You know, you can't just tease me like that and go, oh yeah. Just move on and not have the, yeah, I want the unread stuff. Faden rides the elevator. And this was obviously Alan typing at his typewriter, which is,
engulfed the elevator.
wow.
There was something there. A presence. Jesse Faden could hear it. A call.
He's writing my story.
Reaching for her from a dark place. Faden was sensitive to visitations. She had them all the time. From her guiding star and the previous director. She was the perfect receiver. As if she'd been made for this. Faden paused to feel it. The force at play here.
Jeez.
It was changing things around her, subtle. Trying to make her act. Faden didn't like that. Her guide felt it too. Polaris didn't flare up in defense as with the hiss. So it wasn't all bad. Not a hostile transmission. It was powerful, but it was coming from far away. And made weak because of the distance. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man. A man desperate to escape. She sensed something else too. A hunger in the dark. Not unlike the hostile resonance. Waiting. She knew that desperate acts can have grim consequences. It was this, more than the man's despair, that made her follow the call. The elevator lights winked back on. The darkness receded like a memory. There was a new button on the elevator control panel. Investigation sector. Faden pressed the button. The elevator doors slid shut with practiced bravado.
Oh, I'm liking the setup for this already. I'm liking this. Oh, wow. So for those who haven't played Alan Wake, first off, what are you doing watching this? Seriously, go pause this, go take a quick refresher on Alan Wake, or, you know, do yourself a favor and play it yourself, and then come back. For everyone else and those who are just come back, first off, hi, welcome back. And second, yeah, at the end of Alan Wake, Alan is actually trapped, supposedly at the bottom of the mysterious lake that's the source of, and I'm starting to theorize now, an altered world event. Yeah. That's right, yeah. Investigation sector. This did not exist before. Thank you, Oldest House, for giving me someplace new to play with. Ooh, it is dark as shit in here. Ah, there we go. Oh my. Yeah, you're gonna open all the way, please. Thank you. Oh, Jesus. Thank you. Where the hell am I? Oh, this is a full sector. This is a full sector. This is, yep. This is gonna be a while. Get through here.
Hello?
Oh,
Anyone here?
shit.
Guess not.
Yeah, this place looks old and abandoned, and I haven't the foggiest. What in the fresh hell I'm looking forward to? Oh,
Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the bureau.
yeah, hold that thought, girl. We got some new paperwork here. Missing agents. Mr. Kirkland, here are the latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead from the containment breach yesterday. Agent Jonathan Connor, researcher Ezra Cruz, Agent Caroline Dempsey, Agent Lindsay Malcolm, Agent Charles Murray, Agent Derek Saar. Letters of condolences will be delivered to you to sign prior to you sending them to their families. You will be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copies of reports exist behind the firebreak. They're lost, I'm afraid. Oh, a firebreak. Did something go down here that I need to know about? I mean, I am the new director. You people should be telling me shit. I've missed being able to do that. Darling investigation. Oh. Official findings report, RE Dr. Casper Darling. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, Internal Investigation D084-5 was launched into the ethical practices of Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Despite the accounts of anonymous regarding inhumane treatment of a currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during this investigation. The majority of sector personnel seemed to be wholly unaware of any such contained there. One confirmed the code name to be but all files pertaining to that name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were similarly blocked from entering the research wing to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. While this investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do not recommend an investigation into research. Refer to film 9-82-0136 for the full report. Investigating Darling. Why? I mean, the guy was kind of a kook, but he saved our asses. Remember? What have we here? The Casey inquiry. Mr. Dennis, a request came through recently from an FBI agent asking for all our files on Bright Falls. Specifically, on the disappearance of the author, Alan Wake. There we go. Here's some more direct tie. Per the Interagency Information Exchange Agreement, I had some paper pushers gather up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. But I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with a writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into, but what's your opinion? Just give the word, and I'll start surveillance on this guy. Ooh! Ooh! Ooh, Alan Wake's own hard-boiled detective character is looking for Alan Wake! Damn, that's a thing. What is this? Avoid modern technology. Is that a stapler or an altered item? Ah, the good old FBC propaganda stuff. All right. There is always stuff to look forward to in here. What have we got? More paperwork. There's a lot of paperwork in this area. Sorry, had to clear the stuff. Staffing issue. Mr. Dennis. So yes, there's an increase in AWE cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that a tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff! If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AWE cases, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing, and the ones who left for other departments after Kirkland quit, we're barely managing to keep up with the workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Oh shit. You left behind altered items in here? Oh, and I bet the hiss or the darkness from Alan Wake have infected all of them, and I gotta have to clean up the mess. Because that's what Jesse Faden does. She cleans up the mess. Another thing, and this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not still be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Best regards, Agent Grayson. The firebreak, the sector head office. Well, that's the firebreak, so we're gonna leave that alone. There's a lot of paperwork in here. Look at this resignation letter. Damn all the lore we're finding in this episode. To whom it may concern, it is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of investigations for the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard for my department's My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, so I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame the situation on our who has routinely ignored my requests for assistance in reclaiming the parts of the investigation sector lost to the loose inside. You lost part of the sector? I mean, I remember you reading about the fire break, but still, how the heck did you lose an entire sector? You people that incompetent? I will never forget the screams of brave agents begging for us to open that fire break. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The bleh has failed his agents. I shall never forgive him for that. I'm assuming that's the director right there. Sincerely, William Kirkland. Well, the story's already starting to become clear here. Tractor supplement. Oh, is there a tractor in here somewhere? Yep, Burrow tractor. Supplementary materials. Note, miscommunication led to a local coroner examining the body of William Burrow. Burrow, William, male Caucasian. Case summary. 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report. Remains obtained for coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Autopsy findings. Blunt force injuries to the head, lacerations on the left ear and cheek, blunt force injuries to the extremities, dislocated on his right knee, complete avulsion of the right upper extremity with associated fracture of the proximal right humerus. Ooh. Yeah, that sounds bad. Extensive trauma, abdominal region. Complete avulsion of multiple organs, including stomach, heart, liver, pancreas, kidney, and portions of the large and small intestine, all missing from scene. Wow. Conclusion. It is my opinion that Mr. Burrow's death is not the result of a mechanical accident as claimed by authorities. The removal of organs is consistent with animal attack. And yet this is the tractor supplemental. Is there a possessed tractor down here that's going to be giving me a headache? Also, I saw that game. Let's get these out of my way. Out of my way. I am the director, and you will move this shit out of my goddamn way. Thank you. There's more paperwork over here to read. Keystone Inspection. I listed all this paperwork here. Mr. Kirkland, we stopped at Keystone on our way to the target AWE, like you asked. I'm sending my report directly to you to try and keep a lid on this Groom and Morales desertion issue. We didn't find any sign of them here. Given their records, it is possible they've switched teams like you suspected, but I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Grumman and Morales got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of the Ordinary case, but that was just the adults if I'm remembering the file correctly. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were markings on various buildings. 2 overlapping circles with a dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated. I'll show you the pictures when I get back. That sounds familiar. I think that actually is an Alan Wake symbol. In the meantime, you should send a team out here to cordon this place off and maybe get the comms guy working on a cover story. Sincerely, Agent Keenum. That box was definitely fragile, but there was nothing in it. I was kind of hoping there was actually something in it. I'm a little disappointed right now. Power box. Oops, sorry. Tractor procedures. Here we are. Burrow tractor. Containment procedure. Item is not in Bureau custody. No, you're kidding. Is it stuck here in investigation somewhere? Description: a Frank Elk tractor, olive green, dried blood on the grill when last seen. Item is capable of vocalized responses, or growls, and unmanned locomotion, considered highly aggressive and dangerous. Lovely. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burrow, owner of Burrow Farm outside of Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived on scene after an employee found the mutilated body of Mr. Burrow beneath his tractor. Police arrived, but were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panicked calls to federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communications staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. speaking to Mrs. Burrow only revealed that she had a domestic altercation with Mr. Burrow earlier the night of the incident. Whether these events are connected is currently unknown. Oh, you guys didn't apprehend this thing at all. It was the Weasley car. If you haven't seen the second Harry Potter movie, the Weasleys basically have a little beetle that eventually goes feral and runs off into the woods. Good movie, definitely worth a watch. There's a lot of paperwork in this place. Ethics investigation. God dang, I'm gonna spend this whole episode just reading papers left and right. I love it. Official findings report, RE the prime candidate program. Oh. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation P-142-9 was launched into the legality of the prime candidate program by the FBC. Since all known subjects relevant to the investigation used executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Mr. Kirkland both paint an alarmingly clear picture of systemic were brought into the oldest house and placed under examination and testing with the aim of appointing one as director upon maturity. Oh yeah, that was the brother, among other people. This program has produced no successful cases and only resulted in the traumatic of paranaturally inclined. Not only is this a breach of the Ash Act, but it flies in the face of basic human. The investigation team unequivocally blanks the Prime Directive program and recommends that it be immediately. Yeah, you can recommend it all you want, but it kept going. Okay, I need to plug that in. And over here seems to be the only thing that actually runs worth a damn. Okay, look, I need to get through here, thank you. Actually, I'd like to get through here as well. Might as well take this little shortcut. God, there's so much paperwork in this one. Trench, official warning. Oh. I mean, it's pretty obvious by reading a lot of these that Kirkland and Trench did not get along. I just want the unread stuff. I love this. I think that's new, the fact that we can filter to unread. Kirkland, I'm growing tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence at my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you are head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What did you think would happen, holding a dangerous specimen in investigations? The containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they have admirably taken on certain AWE monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. And don't think your petty internal investigations have gone past my notice. You are a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The Prime Candidate program only failed because of Darling. You are both failures, plotting against me. You are traitors, but the truth will emerge out of you. You are choosing to become my enemy, Kirkland. You don't want to be. Zachariah Trench, director of the FBC. I wonder if this was after he got touched by the hiss, because that sounds pretty goddamn paranoid to me. I mean, that sounds very much like he's losing it. Oh, our first chest of the new expansion. Shaded facet, that's definitely a new material. I wonder if that means there's gonna be an upgrade to the grades that we have. Ooh, director investigation. I did it again. Here we are. Official findings report, another one. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, was launched into the of Director Zacharias Trench. A recent change in witnessed in Director Trench, including aggressive when with other staff, has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at interpreting this issue rather than proving it. Notable between Director Trench and Dr. Darling has been witnessed by numerous Bureau staff. Although both declined to meet for an interview on the matter, witness accounts suggest their arguments center around the Dimensional Research Wing and the kept inside. The slide projector. Okay, so this is definitely taking place after Trench got hissed. However, no evidence exists to confirm Director Trench's as anything more than interpersonal disagreements. This investigation has concluded that Director Trench's behavior is not indicative of any and that his fitness to lead is not in question. Refer to file for full report. Of course it is. I mean, if you're not gonna get him to sit down and talk to you, you ain't gonna get a lot of really useful information. Pretty much basics there. Underhill background. Underhill background. What is this? Dr. Raya Underhill. Oh, this is the doctor that was working with the mold, right? Dr. Raya Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in the UK, where she teaches biology with a focus on botany. Dr. Underhill once worked with the Bureau as a botanist stationed in the research sector of the oldest house. She served with no incidents or demerits and is praised by those who formerly worked with her, including Dr. Darling. Formerly? Did she leave at some point? Oh, no. She worked with him at one point and then came back for the mold, right? Dr. Underhill has no known connections to paracriminal organizations or any record of breaching her NDAs since leaving the Bureau. There are paracriminal organizations? That's some scary news right there, guys. Holy shit. That's terrifying sounding. Her civilian behavior has been ideal, with the exception of an ongoing personal relationship with Dr. Darling that appears to have begun during their time as co-workers in the research sector and revisited intermittently ever since. Depending on the duration of her work in the oldest house, it may be required to have both parties sign a relationship clearance form. The investigation has found no compelling reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer Dr. Underhill an interim position with the aim of finding a solution to the mold threshold issue. Well, she didn't find much of an issue with it, but I sure did. You know, I remember going down there and dealing with that so-called Mold 1 thing. That was a fun fight. Oh, this is definitely Cauldron Lake update. This is definitely Alan Wake related. To Chief Investigator Dennis, it happened again, third time this year. Something certainly has it out for our could be raccoons. The locals certainly complain about them enough. But why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got a bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list of recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on Lake if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. We need to petition them again to share their info with investigations agents. It's only a matter of time before this hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. Sincerely, Agent Estevez. Yeah, raccoons. I'm sure it was the raccoons. Yeah, I call that one bullshit right there. I thought that was the head office, to be honest. Or is there still something else here you want me to find? I know Polaris was pointing at something. Can I open this? Or am I gonna get a...
It's not working.
All right, well, I know where this needs to go.
Probably a loose power core somewhere.
Yeah, well, borrow this and put it up there. Here. Come on, girl. Take one of these, stick it in that.
Now that gate should open.
Yeah. This thing wasn't doing a lot of good. I'm not sure what it was charging up, but it wasn't anything of any real use. I've already looked at the sector head office. I've looked at both upper offices. Now this sucker should work.